Hello. Good Friday morning here. A little cloudy. Might get some rain today, southern West Virginia. This is old John, Twist the World News. I wish people would share my post, to family and friends, and open up more avenues for things to go. Because I'm trying to to bring it down to where the squeal or squall of tires on the pavement is heard, that where the rubber meets the road, to how things are affecting us, what it's going to do to us personally, what it will do to our lives. And I'm not talking economically only, I'm talking spiritually, mentally, all kinds of stuff. But Facebook, the way they manipulate the algorithms and stuff, I can put a post out, and then they'll come back and say your post was seen by 12 people before it was taken down. Well, that lets me know something's going on. They're after the money, so they're playing with it. But the only way to get it out is to share it. But anyway, can you believe Nancy Pelosi? We have never said that there wasn't a crisis on the border. We've never said that. You believe that stuff? That these people, it's like Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and others that lied for 8 friggin' years while Obama was in office. They lie, knowing good and well. Listen, knowing good and well they were going to fact check, their hands were going to get slapped, their lips were going to get smacked. I mean, knowing good and well it's coming, but yet they do it. Why? Because they know that once they say it, there are people that are going to hear it, what they say, and they're not going to be corrected. They're going to go on through life thinking, well, this is what the president said, Barack Obama or Hillary or Nancy Pelosi or somebody. This is what they said, and now we know what's going on. Because they know that not everybody is going to get the corrected version of what was said. So they say it. They may go out and make a speech, and they may be 20,000 new people say, huh, Obama said this was going on, so this is the way it is. We've been peed on by capitalism. But, what do you do? What do you do? We've never said there was a crisis on the border or wasn't a crisis on the border. We've never said that. We know there's a humanitarian crisis down there. After all the lies, all the rot for 2 years about the border. And people you got to pay attention to. I haven't got all the clips, but Fox News put the clips on. Now I want you to think about this. Where are these people getting their talking points? CNN will put somebody up there, I don't know whoever they are, because I don't watch them all the time. I ain't watching that friggin' rot. They'll put somebody up there, this is a manufactured crisis down on the border. MSNBC will put somebody in. Yeah, they say it's a manufactured crisis down there. That's MS, or not MS, but NBC. Yeah, they done all this stuff and said all this stuff about this manufactured crisis down there. Where are they getting it? And these medias, these politicians, they're all getting their talking points from the same place. Manufactured, 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 manufactured. Well, they're all getting their talking points from the same place. Where I come from, if you can't word things for yourself, and you can't use your own head and take the facts that are coming out in front of you from different places, come out with facts. If you can't do that for yourself, and you're listening to the manufactured, you're being propaganded. These people are feeding you what they want you to think. Not what you should think, but what they want you to think. And it's like that. And it's not just the word manufactured either, people. It's been in different things, different areas, different ways. You know, it's not just the word manufactured. People, they've done this freaking game for what, 2.5 years. Trump's been in almost 2.5 years. They played that freaking game. Those socialists, the lying liberals, they've played the same old game for over 2 years. They get their talking points from this or that or whatever, and then they run with it. It's like there's somebody up there saying, this is what we need to do. Then he just puts out a bulletin to all their little tin hatters, you know. Like, if, you know, people call me, I wear my tin hat. I don't wear a tin hat. I'm American. I don't need a tin hat. I don't need a tin hat. I'm an American. I can think for myself. People that listen to these socialists and liberals go out there with their talking point, you're a tin hatter, Jack. You can't think for yourself. You can't think for yourself. I'm an American. I was taught, I was a free man, that I can think for myself, that I can vote for myself, I can make a choice for myself, and I can do all these things for myself because God brought this nation to life through our forefathers, and capitalism was set on top of it to work, and there's only one little catch. Our forefathers said we must keep our eyes on God. We must think and act with the principles of right and wrong in place, and know where the boundaries of those things are in order for everybody's freedom, everybody's liberty, everybody's vote, everybody's voice to be true and active. You must be able to do it for yourself. Socialism doesn't teach that. Liberals will lie through their friggin' teeth, people. The Bible tells you they will. They'll lie through their friggin' teeth. Socialism will tell you this is what you need to be thinking and doing. Ain't that what Hitler does? Ain't that others, Brezhnev and Khrushchev? He's done that junk, you know, and over in Venezuela. You know, they said Venezuela was a thriving country, man. Doing good economy. Everything was going well. And said socialism gets in it for 20 years. Well, they said 12 years and it crumbles. They go broke. It's in there for 20 years, and now they're in civil war. People wanting out from under that friggin' rock. Duh. But here we are. The same friggin' rock that we've followed around the world for years, that same friggin' rock is trying to come to life in America. And you have these school-taught snots. Liberals quit teaching history. They quit teaching things that were important to the country to stay free, to stay upright, to stay honest and honorable and just. They started teaching them a point of view. Started teaching them opinion. Pitiful. And now we got conservative speakers up there saying we should have never left the educational system to liberals. We should have never left the liar standing in front of the classroom. That's what they were saying. We should have never left the liar standing there. We should have never left the whore, the whoremonger, the queer, the lesbian, the transgender, the friggin' that deceiver. We should have never left them in charge of the educational system. That's what they were saying. We should have never left the liberal controlling the educational system. That's what they were saying. And it's a fact. It is a fact. They should have never been left in charge. And now that they've been in charge for what, 40 years? 50 years. Now they're kicking out these college taught snots that don't even know their friggin' background, don't even know what the nation was formed to serve. College taught snots. And this Pete, the mayor of this town, running for president, Pete Gunny McGee, or whatever his name is, this gay mayor, he's saying Christianity is like radical Islam. Sounds like Obama farting, don't it? It sounds like Obama letting a big fart. God, you think of that mess. People, the thing, listen. These people committed themselves to crime and shame when Obama was in office, and even before. They committed themselves to crime and shame. Now look at them. It's like putting it's like going down at some big old septic system somewhere and getting a big old kettle of it holding about 10 gallons of nothing but poop and pee and toilet paper and who knows whatever else is in the thing, and taking and setting it over a big fire, and you're sitting there watching it boil. Everything in the world's going on. I've said it before. The Democratic Party opened itself to poop, and now they're dealing with the whole friggin' sewer. Every damnable thing you can think of is going on. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. It really is. Thank God for Donald J. Trump. Oh, but we hate Donald Trump. You're like some of them friggin' Muslims. You don't know why you hate a Jew. You don't know why you hate Donald Trump. You don't have grounds to hate Donald Trump. But you hate him because such and such said this and said this and that and those and these said. You don't know why you like them ignorant Muslims. They don't know why they hate the Jew. They just do. They just do. You know, it reminds you of the westerns we've seen about the Indians raiding this. Yeah, well, they may have. They may have, but you got to remember. What you got to remember is this: the Indian, when the Christians came from England on the 3 ships, they came to England. The Christians wasn't ready to face the cruelty of the wild in the cold, dismal winters and things. They wasn't ready for it. The Indian and Native American was. Well, the Native American reached out to the people, these newcomers, the pilgrims. The Native American reached out to them and helped them. Seen pity, had pity on them, and said, "These people need help. They don't know how to deal with this stuff." They reach out with a helping hand, a tender hand, to the newcomers, the pilgrims. The pilgrims and the Native American, they formed a bond. They formed a friendship, a fellowship. They found common ground. But what did the Native American get out of it? They got the treachery that followed the pilgrims across the ocean. They got Old England. They got socialism. Then Old England and France, they were always at odds with one another. Then France steps up to the plate, and France starts bickering through all this stuff, and France and England end up against each other, and the Pilgrims and the American Indians, they were caught in the middle. The people that had formed this bond were caught in the middle. Native Americans held hands with the French, And those that came from England had to fight with England or with their Englishmen. But they ended up at odds with one another. It wasn't the Christians' will for it to happen. I'll promise you that it wasn't their will for it to happen. And from what our history tells us, it really wasn't the American Indians' will for it to happen, because they tried to reach out. They tried to reach out with tender hand until the newcomers that were facing hardships, and they found fellowship. They found grounds that they could agree with and work with one another. But when the controlling treachery from other countries got involved, and it tore it all apart. It tore it all apart. So, what do you do? I know myself right now, myself, and I know the other Christians too, that they look at the Native American now. They'd love to see the Native American thrive. I would. I'd love to see them thrive. I really would. I'd love to see all peoples thrive, as long as they know to be honest and honorable and just and truthful with one another. But see, that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. Not everybody recognizes the same principles that I do, that other Christians do. Not everybody wants to be honest. Not everybody wants to be honorable. Some of them want to lie, cheat, and steal. The Bible says that's what the devil does. He lies, cheats, and steals. He lies and kills. Not everybody wants to be honorable. They'd rather have that perversion live in them than to have actual true fellowship with people. So, there you have it. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where you're hearing the squall or squeal of the tires. Yeah. But what we're facing in America is we're facing a liberal attitude that has set the stage for the harsh cruelty of socialist thinking and actions to come to life. People don't realize that the Democratic Party is carrying out Karl Marx's handbook. They're carrying it out to the hilt. Karl Marx said, if we can destroy the morals of one generation of Americans, we can take the nation or country, whichever. If we can pee on them enough, we can own them. Okay? That's what he was saying. If we can pee on them enough to get used to us peeing on them, we can own them. Yeah, there you have it. There's where the squall, the tars, meets the road. That's what's wrong in America today, people. That is what's wrong in America today. People have been indoctrinated with godless, immoral, liberal, socialist rot. Make a little rain. I wouldn't mind. I don't think I'd mind. I've got a few planks in the ground and went out yesterday and put out just maybe 3 or 4 ounces of corn seed, and planted a little bit of green beans there. Mixed some Blue Lake stuff. I bought in one of these little packs, little paper packs. Blue Lake bush and something called a big kahuna. Boy, wouldn't it be right nice if it'd be one of them big kahunas or whatever from Arby's. Hot dogs. Wouldn't you like to have a crop of those? But have a good one. God is the only real truth we have, people. He is the originator of truth. And he spoke that truth into creation. And anything that upsets that truth will face hard times. That's just the way it is. Have a good one. May the Lord bless you with grace, and through that grace you find favor and wisdom. Those are commodities that we can't hardly do without. Have a good one.